Before there were kings, before there were cities, there were tunnels cut into the bones of the earth, and someone or something was waiting.
The tunnel whispered my name. I thought it was carbon monoxide. Turns out it was a family reunion invite.
He's not the only one who's heard something. Because around the world, for thousands of years, people said we came from below. The Hopi speak of an underground world where the first people lived, and from which they emerged after a great flood. In Hindu texts, Patala isn't a hell. It's a layered realm beneath the earth, protected, advanced, glowing. The Egyptians called it Duat, the land you pass through after death, but it had gates, guardians, maps. The Mesopotamians called it Irkalla, a place where the dead wore feathers and kings ruled from beneath. Different names, same story, that we began beneath the surface, then climbed into the sunlight.
You ever crawl through a tunnel that smells like soup and regret? Because I have. I brought snacks, a GoPro, and a buddy. I only came out with snacks, and they were... There was humming, not like mechanical, like a choir made of bees and bad decisions. Do not touch the red glyphs. I don't care how TikTok it looks. Still got dust in my lungs. Also maybe a roommate.
The weirdest part, he's not the first one to talk about tunnels. Some of them were carved by hand, miles deep, entire cities hidden below. Derinkuyu could hold 20,000 people, bedrooms, schools, wine cellars. There were trapdoors, rolling stones to seal the tunnels, air vents that stretched 6 stories. In Peru, they found tunnels that ran for miles. Some were filled in, others just stopped. In Romania, near Bucegi, explorers talked about sealed doors, so advanced they couldn't be opened without the right frequency. They said the room beyond it vibrated, like the whole thing was waiting to wake up. And almost everywhere, hidden entrances, smooth walls, and no carvings at all, like they didn't want to be remembered.
They didn't forget how to write. They chose silence.
You folks hit the Bronze Age and acted like you invented time. Meanwhile, we were down here, fixing your mess.
They didn't bury cities because they ran out of room. They buried them so no one would ask the wrong questions.
Oh yeah, the flood? That wasn't a warning, that was a reboot. Your version 3.2, buggy as hell.
You want the truth? Fine. We built sanctuaries, not secrets. It's not our fault you keep calling them myths.
They didn't vanish. They just stepped sideways. They carved sanctuaries in stone and let time forget them. They built not to be seen, but to endure. Each wall, a library. Each gate, a memory locked. But somewhere, something still stirs. Sometimes we dig too deep and find reflections we don't recognize. They remembered things we forgot how to fear. What we call silence was always someone else's language. Beneath it all, they're still listening.
I blinked, and 5 civilizations collapsed.
You call that a dark age. I call it Wednesday.
We left doors open. You called them portals. Then you asked why things came through.
We buried the worst of it. Then we buried the people who remembered where.
We were never meant to find it all. The warnings weren't erased. They were buried. Maybe we were supposed to forget. But what if something remembers us?
Another chapter sealed, another mystery waiting. Return soon to the Lost Archives.